You didn't hit it.
Hey guys, and welcome to the Fernando
and
Freddy
show.
I'm Fernando.
That's Fernando. Oh, that's Fernando. And
I'm
I'm Freddy. Hi, Fernando.
Hey, Freddy.
How are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
I'm on vacation.
Oh my goodness, trying to make me jealous. Where are you?
South of France, of course. And I decided I was going to go blonde as usual, like every other French guy who comes to the south of France.
Freddy's on vacation and he blonded his hair.
I totally did. I blonded my hair.
Blonded his hair. Hairs.
What kind of English is that? I blonded my hair. How about I went blonde?
That works too.
I went platinum blonde. It's a bit white.
So tell me about these beaches over there, Freddy. Make me jealous.
Well, there's a bunch of different kinds of beaches. They have really cool beaches in France. I got to say that. Depending on what part of the country you're in, there's beaches where you could literally go like, I have some friends who go up the Atlantic coast and they go like, how do you call it? What, shrimping? Where they go and like they catch shrimp? I don't know what it's called. I'm like fishing. It's not fishing. Yeah, so they go looking for shrimp, like live little glass shrimp and clams and just like all kinds of cool things you can eat that are delicious. And then there's like beaches here, which are on the Mediterranean, which is nice and crystal clear blue water where you can see to the bottom. And you can see, it's cool when you go out. Literally, like yesterday, I was on the beach and like there was this huge fish. It was like a foot and a half long, like as I'm going into the shore. Oh, my headphones died.
What?
Can you hear me?
So what was this? Yeah, what was this fish doing?
Oh man, I can hear you. Hold on. Okay.
What was this fish doing?
It was literally just like swimming, but it was like swimming towards me, and I was like, oh wow, this fish is a bit too big. And but it was kind of cool because I was just watching this fish like come in and swim towards me and like following me. So then I started following the fish, and then it was just a fun little adventure. I was just like, there's literally a fish I could like catch and eat. It was, I think it was a dorad, but I don't know what that is in English though.
So, if you could have like caught it with your hands, or
no, I mean it was literally in the water, but it was like it's so clear you can literally see the fish swimming in the water between you, like and other people.
So when I was a kid, I was maybe like 8 or 9. I had gone to Hawaii with my mom and some of her, friends. And while we were there, I remember that I got this thing, and it was like a roll of quarters, pretty much like the size of that. And it was fish food. And so we had gone out. I was maybe waist deep or a little bit shallower than that. And I was starting to feed the fish. Well, when I put the fish food into the water, hundreds of fish, I'm exaggerating, maybe like 20 fish or something, swam up to me. And it was the freakiest thing ever because they were like not attacking me. They're like swimming up to me, like wanting the food, and I just dropped the food. I remember screaming so loud, and the lifeguard ran out to me, like to save me, and he got so mad because I screamed. I was like, "Well, these fish."
I would have loved to see little chubby Fernando screaming at a fish. It's a fish.
Embarrassing.
But where were you?
Hawaii. I don't know what island.
Oh, you were in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Oh, look at you! I've never been to Hawaii. I wish I could go to Hawaii one day.
I wish I could go to European beach vacation.
You are always more than welcome to tag along. You could have been here right now with me. Oh, wait, no, actually you can't because you don't have a visa. They wouldn't let you in. Apparently, I just read that today too. Ironically, of all the countries, I think we're normally allowed to get into 190 countries or more, something like that. Americans have been banned from all but 24.
Really?
Yeah, they won't because the numbers are so high. They're not letting Americans into the countries.
So, tell me about like coronavirus, how everyone's acting like that, like at the beach, like how is that? Is that a thing? Are people worried?
I don't know. Like the friends that I'm with, I'm only, I'm the paranoid American for everyone because I'm like every time someone's coughing, I'm like, oh, cover your mouth. That's me. I'm literally like this. Well, ironically, if I forget my mask, which I did the one day I forgot my mask, but I had to go to the grocery store. There was a man and he coughed 5 times. I was so annoyed.
He was like in front of you or what?
No, he was just in the grocery store, but he was just like in one of the aisles coughing, and I was just like, oh my! And he didn't cover his mouth at all, which really annoyed me. And I'm like, if you're gonna cough 5 times, it's one thing if you cough once, but 5 times was one time too many.
Yeah.
And
That's funny.
yeah, that just really really annoyed me. Um, yeah, but I mean, it's been a pretty cool vacation. I mean, I've been going out and about and seeing things and eating lots of amazing food. One day I went and I got some clams. I was trying to think. I'm like, how what's and so I got some clams, and those were amazing. But I didn't know that you have to purge the clams before you eat them.
What? Like
Do you
take
know?
the clam out?
Well, they're live clams, but they have sand inside of them, so you have to just you put them in salt water, and then they spit out they're filter feeders, so they suck in water to feed off the plankton and the stuff like that, and so they suck in sand sometimes. So when they close up, when they're out of water, they have the sand still in them. So you have to purge them. You put them in salt water after because they've been closed for who knows how long. So when they put them in the salt water, then they open up, and then they start spitting out all the whatever's inside them to recycle in new salt water. And so I didn't know that. So the first time I made this dish, because I love spaghetti vongole that you eat in Italy, so I made this dish, and everyone's like, "Oh, like what's wrong with these clams?" They're like, they're too salty, and I was like, "They're not too salty, or too sandy, whatever." You don't eat clams either? What?
No seafood.
Oh, but you eat fish.
No seafood.
Fish aren't always in the sea. They're in lakes as well.
If it lives in water, I'm not eating it. So your friends said they were too salty, and that was because they had sand in them?
Well, no, I said salty, but I meant sandy.
Oh.
They said they were too sandy.
Well,
You have to remember, I have to
them?
convert everything back into English. Huh?
How do you purge them?
I was just telling you, you put them in salt water, and then they start for a few hours, and they filter in water, and they start spitting out the sand. So the second time I made the dish, it came out amazing.
Oh, so the sand is like inside their like pores, pretty much.
No, it's not in their pores. They live in shells. They open the shell, then they suck in water to eat and to drink and everything, and they spit out what was in them before. So sometimes because they live on the ground and they burrow into the sand, they get sand into them. So what are you doing? So I purge them, and then you could eat them.
Okay. So can you eat a clam raw, or do you have to cook it?
I guess you could, but I would never. That's where I draw the line. I don't like eating like raw oysters or mussels or.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. What is the difference between a clam and an oyster?
They're different shells. The French people, you would die here if you saw the kind of things they eat. They eat these like sea snails. They're called boulettes, and they're expensive, but they eat them, and they're like a greenish color. But they're a meatier texture, but they cook them. I don't know if you can eat them raw, but some people eat the sea urchins. They cut the sea urchins in half and they eat the roe. French people love seafood. Like I always say, they're like fanatics when it comes to seafood. They'll eat anything in the sea. Well, they'll eat anything in general, but except for things that are spicy or sugary. But yeah, so they have different sized clams. The clams are the white ones that look like like a clam.
I know, yeah, I know it. I will say this too. One of the biggest turnoffs on seafood to me is the smell. Like, especially being like shellfish, like the smell is a killer to me. Like if I walk into a restaurant, what?
If they smell, then they're not good. They shouldn't smell.
Well, I smell all the time when I'm like in a restaurant or something, like especially like a seafood restaurant, or sometimes I'll go to these restaurants with people, but I'll get the chicken, but
yeah. Remember I told you my story about that? Like, you're not supposed to eat. You don't eat things that don't serve those things in certain places because then you end up getting sick.
Well, that's the problem though. Like, even being like in California, like in a a coastal city or something, they have a lot of these restaurants, but I always will smell seafood. Like, even going to like different places, whatever, but to the fish or the shellfish or something, like you will smell it. So you're saying that they shouldn't have a smell at all?
Well, yeah. From what I've always learned is if you could smell a fishy smell, it means it's gone bad and you shouldn't eat it. So I've never, if I smell a fishy smell, like if they serve me a seafood thing and it smells fishy, no, I won't eat it. It shouldn't smell like fish. If they cleaned it properly and it's fresh, it shouldn't smell like it shouldn't have a smell to it.
Then why do fish restaurants have that smell?
Because they probably have. Well, it could be because of the fish waste they have, like when they're filleting it and all the insides and stuff like that are going rancid, and then you smell that. But it really shouldn't, because you don't smell that here in the restaurants here, actually. Now that
maybe you're just immune to it. Or maybe you walk in there and you're like, oh, this smells so good, I can't wait to eat. And
no. Because I'm really, because I've been sick by eating seafood before. So I'm very cautious. I mean, one of the first times I ever got really, really sick here was eating oysters. And that was the last time I ate oysters raw because I didn't want to be sick again. But here what?
Is your requirement like the fish has to be cooked? Like, would you eat sushi?
No, I would eat sushi, but it would have to be sashimi grade. Ironically, today I did buy some sashimi grade tuna to eat for dinner tonight, but it's more expensive and it's okay to eat raw. It's like a perfect cut. Like the fishmonger's done everything to ensure that I won't be sick, and it's fresh, really fresh. I told him I want the reddest tuna you can give me out because I want to eat that thing sliced thin and raw with some lemon on it. I know it's going to make you sick, but it's delicious. And I'm going to eat that with some shrimp today for dinner in a few hours.
Interesting. What time is it there right now?
It's just about to be 9:00. The sun's just about going down. That's the cool thing about Europe in the summer is the sun can set as late as 11:30 at night, depending on how high you are.
So I decided to post a comment on our Facebook Live, and I spelled it right. I thought I spelled fish wrong. If you guys like fish, tell us about it. Tell us how you like your fish. Tell us your favorite kind of fish, and tell us what you think about fish, because I don't like fish.
I think that's the only fault you have is that you don't actually like fish.
So while you're there, like, do you go fishing? Like, I mean, is that a thing that you do on the beach?
No, but I had some friends because I saw some fishermen on the beach, and I was kind of like, how are they fishing on the beach? There's people in the water. And I don't know, like when I was, my dad used to always take us deep sea fishing when we were kids. But I mean, deep sea fishing, like out to sea, like he was always like, you should never fish on the shores because that's where all the pollution is. So I find it really interesting that people always are fishing on piers and things like that. But that's the way I was raised. I don't know if it was true or not, but
some people are just hungry.
Well, I had a friend who said like we should do it, and I was like, well, I guess we can. We can try it. I mean, you get the same, literally the fish that they sell for like 30 euros here, like a dorad. Um, it's expensive to like for one fish, right there. Um, you can fish in the sea. I've seen them when I'm swimming in the water.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Are you like snorkeling, or are you just okay? Two questions. One,
Okay.
at the beach that you're at. So how are the waves? Like, are there big waves? Are there little waves? No,
No
waves.
waves. No,
It's
like
like very
little waves.
Okay, so are you snorkeling? And how deep is the water? If you walk out like just like a little bit, like how deep is the water?
It depends on where you are. The water's obviously deep, but there's some beaches that have, because they're natural beaches, so you have like dunes and sandbars, so you can literally like walk out, swim, and it'll be super deep, and then you keep swimming, and there'll be a sandbar where you literally like walking on water.
And is it like warm?
Huh?
Is
Very
it warm?
hot.
Like the water?
80s. Oh, the water is 23 to 24 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit.
So it's like
I
bath
think
water?
it's warm. It's warm enough. It's not like, oh, this is cold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's never been California cold here.
And so like, are you snorkeling and stuff? Like, do you have the
Sometimes I do
and
snorkel. Not in this area where I'm at right now. Where I usually stay, I do go because it's a protected. It's literally an underwater nature reserve.
okay.
So I've seen eels and oysters and I mean I've seen
Oysters? Did you just grab one and have a snack when you're swimming? Huh?
No, it's a protected zone.
I'm joking.
I've seen clams that are like literally this big, like you know, like you see in like the Venus paintings, literally underwater, like open up, and I'm just like, oh, whoa, that's so cool. And I've seen jellyfish. I've seen all kinds of seahorses.
So that's another thing I wanted to ask, and I know I'm going to forget, so I want to get these all out. So I'm going to ask two questions in one, okay? So one, are there sharks? And two, you said there are jellyfish, but like, are there stingrays and things that will sting and bite you as you're swimming?
I don't know if the jellyfish can sting you because I've never been close to one. I've only seen them washed up on the beach or in the water when I wasn't in the water. But I'm sure they sting you. And there are sharks, I believe. There are even killer whales in the Mediterranean Sea and other whales and dolphins as well.
So is it dangerous, like, to play in the water and swim, or?
No. I mean, there's so much salt in it, you float, which is super cool. Yeah, so like anyone who, even if you can't really swim that well, you'll be able to swim in the Mediterranean because it's like you float.
So tell me about the sailboats.
Oh, what do you want to know about the sailboats?
Well, are there a lot over there? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, there are a lot. There's lots of big, depending on which area you are, you have the mega yachts of the super rich who come.
The mega yachts.
No, you really have the mega yachts, like the people with the helicopters on them, and you know, they have the big parties at night. You can see the lights and the people dancing on them from the water, which is kind of cool. You know, that
Freddy, when we get our boat, our yacht, you know, we won't probably be able to afford the helicopter, but what we could do is we could buy a helicopter without the motor that doesn't work, and we can put it there so people think that we have a helicopter.
But you'd have to have a big enough boat so it wouldn't sink. Which still wouldn't be bad, even if you can't afford the helicopter. But to have a boat that could support a helicopter is still big money.
Maybe we could just get a styrofoam helicopter that looks real.
To each his own. I mean, if you got to do it for the gram, do the gram. Do anything you can for likes, Fernando.
Do it for the like. Speaking of likes, you guys, we would love it if you would not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We have the Fernando and Freddy Show, www.fernandoandfreddyshow.com. It brings you directly over to our YouTube page. Share it with your friends, and yeah, make sure you check that out.
And so my next stop is Spain.
And make sure that you hit the little subscribe button. And we're going to catch up with Freddy when he's in Spain, and we're going to find out how the rest of his vacation's going.
Okay. So just to fill you in, so you know, my next one is going to be in an RV. So from here, I'm going to leave an RV and go to Spain and take a tour of Spain.
Oh, in the RV.
Yeah, in the RV. I've never done it before, but I'm ready to do it. And there's a lot of places you can stop on the beach, apparently, which I really want to do. I want to go to the Atlantic coast because I've never been that side, and I want to try this, like going clamming and getting your own seafood type of thing. I just want to try all that for once, you know. And so that's my next adventure. So I'll be filling you guys in on that. Yeah, RV life, and I'm going to be testing this solar power panels and things like that. Like, how do people do it? Does it work? What is the RV life like? Yeah, I'm going to go clamming and hopefully shrimping as well. Hashtag shrimping.
Hashtag shrimping. So that's exciting. So we're going to need to do another segment on that. We're going to have to hear all of that. I didn't realize you actually had the RV now. I know that you bought it, but I didn't know you actually got it.
Tomorrow.
Oh, it was exciting. All right, so we're going to have to do another episode soon. We're going to have to discuss all of this. But you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. This has been another episode of
Fernando and Freddy show.
Fernando and Freddy show. Thanks for joining us, you guys.